and coordination. She has previously been the UNDP resident representative for Ghana and strategic advisor at the UNDP Regional Bureau for Africa in New York. So welcome, Angela. We're excited to hear from you today.
Thank you so much, Bethany. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. Well,
so good afternoon, everyone, and namaste from India. It's such a privilege to join you today as we launch the 2024-25 cycle of the National Innovation Challenge and Dialogue by UNDP's Youth CoLab program. So you've already heard that it's being co-led by UNDP and AssisTech Foundation, and we're collaborating with the ATAL Innovation Mission. Very, very exciting. And I know this is the 7th event, but it's not just an event. We see it as a celebration of the potential and the transformative power of young people in shaping a better tomorrow. And we know India's young people, already 800 million under 35, are already doing some incredible things. And I had a recent experience. I went to Meghalaya and I met a few winners of the past editions of Youth CoLab from the Northeast region, and I was so impressed. I mean, these young people are creating some of the smartest, most ingenious and hyperlocal solutions to challenges they see around them. What really touched me is that they were doing social entrepreneurship. So they were innovating, but also really impacting the community around them. So I think, and you'll all agree with me, that if we're able to harness this kind of potential, then we truly will be able to have a real shot at shaping a sustainable future starting from today. And we know entrepreneurship amongst Indian youth is already thriving. You can see that for yourselves. And around 12.7%, almost 13% young people are engaged in startups. So India has the third largest entrepreneurial, that's a difficult word, entrepreneurial ecosystem globally. That's the third after the US and China. But we also know that despite all this good news, the challenges still remain. Many young entrepreneurs, especially women, tribal youth, and rural innovators, face significant barriers. So they lack mentors and they have difficulties in accessing capital, amongst other things. And this is a fact that for young entrepreneurs who are aged between 18 and 35, they're 3 times more likely to struggle to find mentors and 1.5 times more likely to face hurdles when it comes to starting a business compared to older entrepreneurs. This tells us something crucial, that although there is progress, it is not yet universal, which is why it's so important to build an inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem, which is what we're doing. It's not just an ideal, it's a necessity. And at UNDP, we believe that young people are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the change makers of today. And this is the belief that is embodied in our Youth CoLab. Starting in 2017, across the whole of the Asia Pacific, we've been able to engage 280,300 participants, 19,000 youth in India, and we've supported 2,600 youth-led social innovation and entrepreneurial teams. Not bad, right? But these numbers represent lives transformed and communities empowered. So the impact is so much broader than that. And I'd like to extend our gratitude to the ATAL Innovation Mission and to implementation organizations like the AssisTech Foundation, whose unwavering support amplifies our mission to nurture youth-led innovation and inclusion. As you've heard, this year's Youth CoLab cycle is very significant. For the first time, we are prioritizing startups by and for persons with disabilities. Globally, we know that we have 3 billion people, or 16% of the population, who live with disabilities. And in India, this figure stands at 26.8 million. Yet, persons with disabilities often face greater socioeconomic exclusion, limited access to education, employment, and healthcare, and also higher rates of poverty. And to address this is a reason why we're spotlighting themes like inclusive and assistive technology, in technology solutions, as well as accessible care models. These specific themes have been chosen to address key gaps and disparities in inclusion in people living with disabilities. For example, only 36% of the total disabled persons in India are in employment, and only 55% of people with disabilities are literate, and 70% of assistive technology needs go unmet. So you can see why promoting disability inclusive development is not just the right thing to do, it's essential for achieving the SDGs. I truly believe that young people must be included as equal partners in finding solutions and making decisions about the world's most pressing challenges. They do a better job than us because they have the ability to reimagine what's possible, inspire communities, and build a future where everyone, regardless of ability or background, can thrive. Thank you for joining us on this inspiring journey. Let us go forward together with a shared commitment to leave no one behind. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Dr. Angela, for inspiring words and really highlighting the need for what we're doing today, and excited to see the solutions that the challenge will bring. So I'd now like to invite Mr. Rohit Gupta. He is the program director at the Atal Innovation Mission for his remarks as well. Mr. Rohit Gupta has been a seasoned entrepreneur with 2 successful exits out of 3 startups. He has diverse multinational work experience in FMCG, retail, and consumer tech, and has worked in India, MENA, and the UK. He specializes in startup policies, incubation policies, statistical modeling, and evaluation of related programs, and currently serves as the program director of the AIC and ACIC programs at AIM. Welcome, Mr. Rohit.
Thank you, Bethany, for the address. Thanks a lot, Angela, for the wonderful address that you gave. And good afternoon to everyone. It's a privilege to address you all here today and share insights into the transformative work being carried out under Youth Collab that we have jointly collaborated on with UNDP, and the exciting opportunity that is presented by the National Innovation Challenge 2024 and 2025. I would like to focus more on the country-specific needs for our country. Now, as Angela also mentioned, in India, there are over 27 million people with disabilities. That's a big figure. And this is according to the latest census. This represents nearly 2.2% of our total population. But the bigger problem is that less than 10% of the population has access to assistive technologies or inclusive solutions that can significantly enhance the quality of their life. That's the reason for this National Innovation Challenge. Now, whenever you bring out any innovation challenges for the startups, it has to be broken down into subcategories. And one of the most important categories over here is the educational technology and skilling solutions. Now, although our edtech startups are not doing very well, but there's a huge opportunity for inclusive technologies which are addressing the needs for over 70% of the PWDs facing barriers in accessing education with innovative solutions, and these are urgently needed. The second area is the care service model for the PWDs. Again, there is a large untapped area with immense potential for innovation and social impact. And such startups are generating a lot of interest, even in the investor community in India in general. The third and the biggest area, obviously, is the global assistive technology market, and which is forecasted to be about $31 billion by 2030. This will be augmented by the new AI algorithms, and these are rapidly fueling assistive technologies for individuals with disabilities. India is poised to become a major player with a lot of AI startups which are coming through, and we hope that we see a lot of AI startups in this particular arena as well. Globally, it is predicted that 3.5 billion people will need one or more assistive tech products by 2050. So there's again a huge market to address. Now, why should you as innovators participate in this particular challenge? There's a vast market opportunity, as I have just mentioned. It is growing annually at around 8% CAGR. There is a huge social and economic impact that you can have, and it can unlock $11.7 billion annually in potential productivity gains if the market needs are addressed. And this is a figure which is given by World Bank. There's a big government and industry backing as well. Programs like Make in India and increasing CSR investments in this particular arena is creating a favorable ecosystem for assistive technology startups. I would also like to mention the partner ATF over here, which is led by Prateek Madhav. They are doing some phenomenal work in this arena, and I'm sure that you'll find them of great help. Again, the last but not the least, obviously, there's a global visibility to have had, because the winning startups will not only gain access to incubation and mentorship, but also they will get a chance to represent India on an international stage and connect with investors, policymakers, and global change makers. To all innovators, entrepreneurs, and change makers, this is your opportunity to create meaningful impact while tapping into the domestic market. Your ideas can lead to groundbreaking solutions that not only address urgent needs, but also position you as a leader in this fast evolving space. Please apply for the National Innovation Challenge 2024-25 and be a part of this movement to ensure equal opportunities, dignity, and well-being for everyone. Together, let us innovate for an inclusive and empowered India. Thank you, and I can't wait to see the transformative solutions that you'll bring to life. Over to you, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much. I think that was an amazing call to action, especially for all the innovators who have joined us today. And that brings us to a very important moment that we have been waiting for, that this event is for, which is the official launch of the Youth Collab National Innovation Challenge. I invite Dr. Lusigi and Mr. Rohit Gupta to make the announcement, and then we will play a launch video to mark the launch today.
So we're jointly making the announcement that it is now open.
Thank you so much.
Rohit.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think my screen is visible, right?
The wait is over. Launching now. Youth Collab National Innovation Challenge 2024 to 2025. A walkthrough of the Google form to be filled for application.
Last date to apply is January 18th, 2025.
Thank you so much. I think that now that the call is open, it's a very exciting time for everyone. You'll get a lot of details on the Other Innovation Mission website. There's a dedicated microsite for Youth Collab, and my team members will share the microsite link on the chat box as well. So you all can directly apply, get more information, and of course, the rest of the program is there for us to answer questions and for us to go over the program journey. So thank you so much, Angela and Rohit, for the launch. And now we get to an exciting bit again. I would like to invite Prateek Madhav, the CEO of AssisTech Foundation, our partners in this cycle, to share more about the thematic areas that we're focusing on this year, the exciting program journey, what's expected for the entrepreneurs who will be applying. Prateek is a corporate digital technology leader turned into a happy social entrepreneur. After 18 years in the IT industry, he embarked on a journey of establishing the largest assistive technology innovation ecosystem in India, for the promotion of empowerment of people with disabilities in spheres of learning, livelihood, and living. Currently, he is the CEO and co-founder of ATF. Pratik, over to you.
Thank you, Beth. And first of all, thank you very much, Dr. Angela and Rohit, for launching this initiative. I have only a few thoughts to share. Number one is, if we realize world around us is changing or changed a lot in last 10 years, look at the technology transformation for us to enable us to do banking, access to content, travel, and I think all those are great technology enablers. Largely, it is in India is driven by the startup ecosystem, and I must compliment and commend Niti Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission, for driving those change. I mean, I remember a time where there were only 400 to 500 registered startups. Now we are talking about 120,000 registered startups, and how amazing it is as a citizen, as a human being, to really see these innovations. But Angela, Dr. Angela, like you said, and Rohit, you also alluded to the fact, how do you bring these innovations to 1.4 billion people with disabilities in the world? And Rohit, you said 3.5 billion people would need assistive technology. How do you excite the young innovators who are building cool technology of artificial intelligence, computer vision, all that, to help people with disabilities in India and outside? And that's where we established ATF, AssisTech Foundation, several years back. I'm really happy to share that today, and Beth, probably a little bit correction over there, is ATF has built not just India's, but the world's largest and the fastest growing assistive technology ecosystem. We are working with 450 innovators and startups in this ecosystem. And our intent is to not just enable one dimension. The way we think about impact is 3Ls. How do we enable learning, livelihood, and living for people with disabilities? So imagine the same brilliant AI, which can help us in many, many tasks, can also help person with visual impairment walk independently. The same cool technology can also help us predict learning disability and autism as well. The same gaming technologies of extended and virtual reality can help us make kids with on autism learn better. And these are just few examples. We are very, very happy to bring that ecosystem knowledge as we build this, mentors these innovators. And I'm very excited to partnering with UNDP, Atal Innovation Mission, City Foundation. And this year, very, very excited that we have chosen, such a key theme to help people with disability to really enhance the accessibility and the opportunities and well-being for person with disabilities. Very excited to share with all of you the sub-themes of inclusive assistive technology, accessible education and skilling solutions, and innovative care models. Can't wait to see those applications from innovators and startups for the next few months. And we have designed a very exciting journey for all of you. We have 100+ mentors across business, startups, disability, and also organization, culture-wise. We have engaged 100+ mentors for all of you folks. We have designed a national innovation challenge for the selected startup and innovators, ending up in a physical boot camp. So can't wait for the journey which we are going to live with you. But rest assured, we will ensure that you get all the required help and some support during the program. Now, I'd like to end with saying that today, as we are working with 450 innovators, Dr. Angela, I also like to share with you that we also have a global alliance where you have access to 1,200 assistive technology startup globally through a global network, and that's something which I love to bring on, to the table. We can lead the change. We can transform the lives of 70, 80 million people, not just in India, but 1.4 billion people across the world. I believe, as I end this address, that India can be the best assistive technology hub, which can innovate not just for us but for the world. But thank you very much again for joining in today. It's very exciting initiative. But thank you again to UNDP. Thank you again to Atal India Mission and City Foundation for all the support. Back to you, Beth.
Thank you so much, Prateek. I think now we move on to another exciting part of the conversation today. And we want to hear from innovators who have been part of the Youth Collab program in the last 6 cycles. I'm privileged to be joined by 3 of our innovators who have actually won the Youth Collab program in the past years, and they have worked on innovative solutions for disability inclusion. We have with us Prerit Rathi from ThinkLood. We have Akashdeep Bansal from Saral X and Silchana Moment from Adya Hope Foundation. Each of these young people are here today to share their stories of innovation, triumph, impact, especially for persons with disability. I now hand over the floor to them to generously share their experiences with us and tell us what it means to be a Youth Collab entrepreneur, what it has meant to their organization, and how they are changing lives with the work that they're doing. So we'll start with Prerit. Prerit, I invite you to share your experience.
Hi, I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, perfect. It's so glad to be back with this particular back screen and the kind of vibe in the meeting. It's been a while. It's nostalgic. So hi everyone. I'm Prerit. I'm the founder and CEO at ThinkLood. And at ThinkLood, we provide inclusive tech solutions to corporates, events, and work environments to make them more accessible for the deaf and hard of hearing community. And our AI enabled platform converts speech to sign language in real time, and that's where we try to bridge the gap between people who are from the deaf and hearing community and people like us that are hearing. Now, if I were to talk a little bit more about my experience at Youth Collab last year, I wouldn't be lying if I said that Youth Collab has been a defining moment in my entrepreneurial journey. Like, the leapfrog that I did as an entrepreneur and as the organization Thinklude, it was pretty amazing. I developed not only as a founder, but also as a human being, because we got to learn about skills related to finance, related to pitching and all of that, but more importantly our softer skills like empathy and how to connect with your core customer and consumer was something that also developed to a deeper level, right? And this is also something that I think sets Youth Collab apart from a lot of other programs that I've attended in a while. They focus a lot more on experiential learning and generating impact through the work that you're doing within the meeting, while others were more focused on theoretically learning about all of this stuff. And what I mean is, for example, we had to live pitch to our peers and our mentors every once in a while, like every other meeting. And during those meeting itself, we were supposed to look at our shortcomings, develop our pitches more, and it was a very real time thing, and that was something that I really enjoyed. And as I already briefly mentioned, Youth Collab helped me leapfrog our growth by a lot, and it had helped us set this momentum up ever since last year. Because when I started out and we were part of the program, when we just got in, we were basically an idea, right? We were pre-MVP. We just had some ideas, some technology here and there, and we were figuring our way out. And by the end of this program itself, we were at a stage where we have the MVP. We were talking to customers about early traction and looking at their reviews, beta testing, and all of that. And I don't think this could have been organically possible for 2 students in their first second years of college to do all of this. So Youth Collab has truly been something that has changed my life in a way, and I really enjoyed being a part of it. And lastly, I would also acknowledge that I constantly and actively sort of tell about Youth Collab to other social entrepreneurs, because this has been this one big event in my life over the past few years that has helped me change only for the fact that I have come across so many different avenues being a part of this program that has helped me build connections, that has helped me build sort of my network. I mean, talking about Prateek sir, if you are into social entrepreneurship, every conversation has this man's name in it, right? And that is something that you'll notice. The social impact community in India, it is very connected. Like, you know, everybody that would know that one person that you know, and that is something that as part of Youth Collab this year. And then you'd be open to amazing opportunities that you won't even oversee as of right now. But like, all the best to all of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of the good stuff that comes around this year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prerit. That's very inspiring, and I'm sure that it inspired a lot of our, aspiring entrepreneurs here who would like to be part of the challenge. Just along the same lines, I'd now like to invite Akashdeep. Akashdeep is the founder of SaralX. Akashdeep, I'd like to invite you to share your experiences.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Akashdeep Bansal. I'm founder and CEO of SaralX, a company dedicated to make the digital world inclusive for persons with disability. Just think about how a blind person may be accessing the mobile application, or maybe a deaf person enjoying the video, having the audio content, or maybe there's a person who does not have both the hands, but still can operate the computer. So we basically make all of this a reality by partnering with other different corporates and help them in making their applications fully accessible as by following the different guidelines which are there so that oh, every person with disability can access all the digital world which is there. And nowadays it is very important because now everything is getting digital, and so it's very important that we can make the entire digital ecosystem inclusive. And I'm happy to share that, like in the last 16 months, we are already working with more than 19 leading brands in India, including like Yatra, Redbus, Goibigo, Precto, Crisil, KPMG, and many more. And this all has a lot of lot of effect what we have gone through the Youth Collab. So in like if I like highlight what are the different key benefits of the program in the five, like I will use the 5 words. Uh, the one is the credibility, network, mentorship, opportunities, and the support. Okay. So when you're part of the program, you get a lot of credibility, which not only opens the door, but also like builds that trust among your stakeholders and gives you like the and even the mentors which you will get during the program not only going to help you during the program. Even if I share my like personally myself, I'm still in touch with my mentor. I regularly interact with him, and he always like give me the advice. He always supported me, like whenever I reach out to him and I say, hey, I'm looking for this help, he always come back and give me the like time and give me the proper support. And like it's not just like during that particular time when we were part of the program, we got the different opportunities, different support from the program. But still, till now, we used to hear the about the different opportunities, different like support and different things from the UNDP and the Atal Innovation Mission. We still used to get all those different supports. Like one of the transformative experience which I'm seeing in the program, the evolution which has happened in the program. We were part of the program in 22, 23. At that time, there was not even a single theme around assistive technology or person with disability. Even we applied at the time under the one theme called digital and financial literacy amongst youth. We not only got selected at the time, but even won the program. And what I'm seeing the transformation which has happened in the program is like next year in 2023-24, there was a theme dedicated to accessive assistive technology, but this year the entire program is on assistive technology, and this really shows like the focus, the evolution which has happened in the Youth Collab, and the like the main focus, which is the main benefit of the Youth Collab is the how it get differentiated from the other program is its main focus on the sustainability, diversity, and inclusion. So I would highly recommend if you're a social entrepreneur, be the part of this program And it's not just a program, it's actually a journey which not only going to help you build your business, but also help in building your vision towards more better, inclusive, and sustainable future. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Akashdeep, and thank you for summarizing your experiences so aptly. Very inspiring journey that you're taking and continue to take. Last but not the least, I'd like to invite Silchina from the Adya Hope Foundation to share her experience with the Youth Collab program and what the amazing work that Adya Hope Foundation is doing.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Hi. Please go ahead, Silchina.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And it's really exciting to be back, that this challenge is back again. Like Prerit has shared, it is really nostalgic. And first of all, I want to thank UNDP Youth Collab and City Foundation, Atal Innovation Mission for giving us the opportunity to share our experiences today. And Adya Hope Foundation is a non-profit organization which is based in Tura, which is in the West Garo Hills district of Meghalaya in the northeastern part of India. And the organization is working for people with Down syndrome through the early intervention programs, by which we are trying to lay a strong foundation for children with Down syndrome so that they can thrive and contribute meaningfully to the society. And it has been a exciting year-long journey with UNDP Youth Collab, and we are so proud to be a part of this Youth Collab movement. And being a part of the Youth Collab cohort 2023-24 has been an enriching experience for journey as well as experience for Adya Hope Foundation. The program has really, helped us to solve the puzzle. When we started the program, when we applied for this challenge, and when we started, it was like, solving a piece of puzzle. It's like we had all the things, but it was not well structured. But after getting mentorship, guidance through this Youth Collab program, by the end of the program, we could solve the puzzle, and we could get the structure, how our organization should be. And one of the things that helped also we got through this program was the support and connection with Enable India. They were our mentors during the program, but they had Enable India had committed to be our mentor. Even now, they are mentoring us, and they are helping us. So this is one of the greatest, help and support that we are getting, because as a new organization in disability, working in the disability sector, it's not everybody has the expertise. So getting connections through Enable India has been really helpful for us as an organization to grow, which we got through Youth Collab program. And also we got access to funding from founders who were looking for impactful social enterprises. And I would like to encourage my co-social entrepreneurs to be a part of this movement. And like as Dr. Angela had shared in the beginning, let us work together so that no one is left behind. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Silchina. That was also very inspiring. And I think it leads us very perfectly to the next part of today's program, where your call to action for the social innovators who are going to be part of this next cycle comes in. I would now like to invite our participants, the innovators, young innovators who are part of the launch program today, to share their questions. So you can use the chat box on the bottom right of your screen to share questions on the chat box. If you would like to unmute and ask your question directly as well, you can raise your hand and then we can take questions like that. We have 15 minutes for the Q&A. I'd like to invite Chahat from the AssisTech Foundation to help with the Q&A section right now. Apart from that, colleagues from UNDP, AIM, and ATF are there to support with the answers. So yeah, let's start with a question I saw on the chat box. I think it pertains to this is around eligibility. So Shipra Singh asked, is the Youth Collab only for entrepreneurs? So Chahat, maybe if you could take this ahead and share a little bit about the eligibility criteria for those who want to be part of the Youth Collab Challenge this year.
Thank you, Beth. So good to be here and quite excited to see the journey forward. Answering your question, Shipra, yes, the challenge is for entrepreneurs. You may not need to have a company registered at the moment you're applying, but soon to be eligible for different other elements of the program, you would be required. So essentially, yeah, I think one of the basic requirements would be either a registered company or a company to be registered in process.
Thank you, Chahat.
I saw there was somebody who had raised their hand for a moment just now. Was there someone who had raised their hand to ask a question?
Yes.
For a little.
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Shashi.
I'm Dr.
Yes, Dr. Shashikala, please go ahead.
I'm Dr. Shashikala from Bangalore. I'm a neurologist. I'm a developmental neurologist working with people with all neurodevelopmental disabilities for the past 42 years. So one of the first to start this field in the country. This is something I have always shared with Pratik. You know, see, I mean,
Dr.
You have
Shashikala,
gone
you're
on
on
mute,
mute.
Dr. Yeah. Dr. Shashikala, if you could unmute yourself again and repeat some part. I think you went on mute.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Forgot. Yeah. See, as a person, as a clinician, and having known thousands of disabled people across India, you know, I'm very glad something like this has happened. And then this time without fail, that's why I joined. Maybe I'm not an innovator, but I'm somebody who can tell you whatever needs are. At the end of the day, it's we doctors who deal with the disabled people across lifespan, means up to adulthood, we deal with them. So we recognize some of their needs. Even the brightest of children need Pratik Madhav and others do the mentorship. We do guide them, but I mean, some of the things I felt over the years, looking for some kind of what shall I say, job-oriented technologies where startups can be done by people with disability, is many children who are really intelligent, who are computer tech enabled, computer savvy, tech savvy, have a lot of speech problems. Many of your innovations work on either diagnosis or on speech therapy. I was looking at some of these things here. My suggestion is tell the youngsters we want solutions. I mean, speech therapy is not something we can offer on a digital platform, however good the innovation may be. People with autism diagnosis, they've come to me to take my opinion. And I always say, we do not want diagnosis. You see, we are clinicians. There are thousands of ways doing it.
Dr. Shashikala, you have again gone on mute.
Again, now? Yeah. So my suggestion is, when you're mentoring, ask for those who can do some speech aids for those who are dysarthric, those who, in spite of knowing it, they cannot, supposing they meet you, they will not be able to do because of their anxiety. This is particularly true of children with youngsters with cerebral palsy. So this is some suggestion, as somebody who is very keen on implementing digital support to our youngsters who come to us over a period of time. We know many of them across. I right now have one of my dysarthric person who is doing his BTech in Vishweshwara National Institute of Technology in Nagpur. My son himself is, level 2 cerebral palsy, but he doesn't have dysarthria. He has only mobility problems which have been solved. So this is my suggestion to those who are few who are mentors. Please see if we can have some solutions for those who, in spite of their intelligence, they cannot communicate. And some of them with upper limb involvement, they cannot even write fast, So some of them have written to me when I send this, ma'am, we cannot write that fast to express all our ideas. So if you have those kinds, give them little time so that they can compete, and they're very, very competitive, very, very motivated. So I want some of you to give that as a suggestion, because this is the biggest limitation children with disability have. It's autism children, it's sometimes even specific learning disability children, it's some, of course, hearing impaired, they have that, but they have solutions which are easier. Visually impaired, they are wonderful, with the digital technology, and it surprises, it motivates me also. Absolutely, it is. The UNICEF office in Bangalore has a visually disabled person. He would put all of us into shame.
Yeah.
He's so quick.
Yeah.
I've seen
Sure,
your
that is,
Microsoft. So this is my suggestion. I hope I'm not taking. Somebody has to come forward to solve. This is a much felt need for employment, startups, and all that. I hope I didn't take more time than what I'm supposed to. Yeah.
No, thank you. Thanks for your comment, Dr. Shashikala. And I just wanted to highlight for everyone, we've been working with Dr. Shashikala very closely at ATF as well. And thank you for sharing that. Because, like while the entrepreneurs have the intent to solve the problem, I think a lot of times the right guidance from subject matter experts like you makes the difference, even to identify the gap, to identify the right what needs to be solved, right? Sometimes we get lost there. So definitely your point is noted, and we as an organizations have been prioritizing the areas that you've been mentioning. And if at all, we would definitely try to take more opinions and suggestions from you during the course of the program as well. But thank you so much for adding your point. It means a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shashikala. So I think some questions have been coming in, Chahat, on the chat. I think let's start with Manu, who mentions people with invisible disabilities go unnoticed. Anyone coming up with such initiatives? So I actually would immediately put that back to our innovators, because we are very much open to solutions that are coming in, including for people with invisible disabilities. I also see that we have Vishal, who mentions, if I only have an idea, research and prototype, can't I register for Youth Collab? And then Shraddha, who's a deaf founder of Oral app, I wanted to know what will be the duration and timeline of this program. So Chahit, if you could quickly answer both of them together.
Sure. So the first being if you just have an idea, can you register? We would certainly, as a part of the qualification or the eligibility criteria, we would need a certain proof of concept. Having said that, we are definitely welcoming entrepreneurs who just have a prototype or like still navigating, because I think that's the whole point of view, that we'd want to evangelize your efforts through this program. So yeah, definitely answering that as a yes. In terms of the question that Shraddha you have posed, the duration, the whole program will run through from like today, like that's the day of launch, to May end. There are different modalities that would be covered. I think more of it you can possibly scroll through the microsite to understand. But essentially, there would be a national springboard program for which we would be firstly shortlisting startups and entrepreneurs. That would be a virtual program running for the course of 2 months. Post that, we would be doing an in-person boot camp. Again, there would be another set of shortlisting that would happen. So 20 startups would again be invited to the in-person boot camp where the interventions would be far more intensive and one-on-one. And after that, 6 of the startups would be given a grant in aid of a total worth of 15 lakhs. And post that, there's a regional summit that happens where some of the startups out of those 6 startups would be recommended. And all this would be happening between today to May end. So I think to add more on the timeline, I would say that. But if you need further information around this, I would definitely recommend to go visit the microsite because we've tried to cover everything as much as in detail possible. I also see a question by Yasmin before, the questions that you've highlighted, Beth, which is what opportunities are there for networking with other participants, mentors, and industry experts. So again, I think the whole next few months are going to be all about that. There are different modalities which would be putting forward. So during the Springboard program, you would be meeting a lot of different entrepreneurs who would be your peers. Apart from that, there would be different set of mentors, speakers who would be coming in taking sessions. Post that, during the in-person boot camp, there again would be a far more, I would say, a top-notch edge to the whole networking and collaboration element. So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities around this, and not just networking, I would say, but a lot of scope for peer-to-peer collaboration, a lot of scope for expanding your teams and meeting the right set of people, because we would be trying to kind of integrate different stakeholders across the ecosystem. So I think there's endless opportunities of exploring possibilities. I'm also trying to see if there's any more question here.
I think there was a question earlier about networking opportunities with other participants, mentors, and industry experts.
Yeah, I think I've just covered the answer for that.
Yes. Other than this, Lakshmish, do you have a question?
No, ma'am, questions actually. I'm scrolling the websites and I'm getting taking the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmish. There's a follow-up question from Yasmin asking what kind of mentorship or training will participants receive? So there would be different levels of interventions that would happen throughout the course. Talking about the first step, that would be the National Springboard program. It's going to be a virtual program that would be focused on capacity building for the entrepreneurs, and I would say building that foundation to sort of inculcate the right set of thoughts and lead them to answer the right set of questions, identify the right set of problems, and focusing on different aspects of entrepreneurship and innovation like product development, marketing, legal and finance, and so on and so forth. So during the National Springboard program, the sessions are going to be common for all. So I think it would be more of a webinar format where all the entrepreneurs would be attending the same set of sessions. Post that, during the in-person bootcamp, it's again going to be an amalgamation of webinars plus a lot of one-on-one individual mentoring sessions and focus group discussions around a set of topics that would be far more deep dive to your problem sets and your customized areas of intervention. And further to this, I think throughout the course, there would be different opportunities of interacting with the team as well, and like kind of looking at possibilities where you would need further assistance. So it would be also driven by the founders themselves. So a lot of times we would encourage you throughout the course of the program to come ask for assistance and help us co-create this for the best impact.
That's great. I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 questions more. So if there's anybody else, please raise your hand.
May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Vimal Kumar, and I'm the founder of a startup called VI Innovation based in Kerala. And we make a normal car a smart connected car. Using this, an armless girl from Kerala got a driving license. She doesn't have both the arms, so she's the first woman in Asia to get a driving license without arms, powered by our voice control technology. So I would like to know whether am I eligible to apply for this program or not. This is for people who doesn't have arms, one arm or both arms, and who wish to drive a car vehicle and be self-reliant. Like they don't have to depend on anyone else, and they have a better life. So I would like to know whether am I eligible to apply for this program. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Vimal. So I think thanks for sharing that, and good to know about the great work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Definitely, you are eligible. So we have 3 different focus areas, and I think your solution very closely falls under the inclusive assistive technologies. So definitely, you can go ahead and submit your application.
Okay, it should be in the inclusive assistive tech, right?
Yeah, I think that would be the closest one because I think there are different nuances that does get covered. There's a lot of overlap, but I think the closest I would recommend is the inclusive assistive technology.
Yes, because there is a clause in the government rule to be able to give a driving license that there should be an assistive tech in voice control technology, that too without internet. No car company in India has made that in spite of having crores of R&D fund, but we managed somehow, and we were like happy to sponsor that to her, and now she's driving with her legs but controlling all other switches with the voice control technology. And now she got a job, she's going driving alone, and I'm so happy for her. And I would love to help anybody who wish to come forward in life with a similar kind of um, uh, uh, issue, and I'd be glad to modify his or her car, and then we can proceed there. That's it. Thank you so much for
No,
your time.
thanks so much for sharing that, Vimal. That definitely sounds so liberating and empowering, and more power to the great work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, that was like a impossible kind of task, and in the beginning, nobody helped me. But when I started, unforgivingly, like unapologetically aggressive, people like and other car companies, the dealers, local people only helped me, not the big crowd companies. The local companies, like the car dealers, the local technicians, who has more intelligence than the automobile engineers, than any other big institutes. But these people all came together. It all got connected and worked like something else. I couldn't explain in words how did it worked well, because car companies, including the famous car companies, told this couldn't be done and we are not there. That's how it came to me by the government. That's how the government came to us after this is a true
I
story,
don't
but
want to say
it
all.
happened.
No, well, thank you for sharing that, Vimal.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
we have another question from Ramesh asking what opportunities in Youth Collab for an NGO working with physically disabled persons. So again, I think Ramesh, here you would have to go by the thematic areas that have been highlighted in the microsite. So there are 3 focus areas. But again, having said that, the challenge is also open for both for-profit and non-profit organizations. So if you feel that you are close to any area of that is highlighted as a focus area, we would definitely encourage you to apply.
Thanks, Chahat. So I think we'll take one last question here. If there are any other, I think Amitabh, I had seen your hand was raised for a little while, so you can ask the last question.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, please go ahead.
See, I have attended this program for the very first time, and it is great to be here. You people are doing wonderful job put together. And would
I'm not
see.
sure if it's just for me, but Amitabh, your voice is little muffling.
Okay, 1 minute. Am I clear now?
A little better. I think you can go ahead.
Okay. So I got the answer to first question, that how to join and reply in a reply from your team. Now further, I am here to see that how uh, uh, these people can be helped, right from physically challenged people to autism people. I am based at Dehradun and I want to do something in this sector. Therefore, I attended this program. So I will join, and I have been learning that you people give a lot of support, lot of training to people like me. So I'll go ahead with this.
Sure, no, thanks for sharing that, Amitabh. And I think if you're looking to innovate in this space and kind of like contribute in whatever capacity is possible, I'll probably ask my team to share our emails or something with you, then we can possibly speak on later in terms of
Yeah.
how best you can contribute here.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I
One
also
question.
wanted to, sorry, who's this?
It's me, Vimal again. Like, I found that the age group of applicant must be between 18 to 29.
It's 18 to 35, because considering the whole youth aspect of the youth collab, I think that's the age criteria. Having said that, if there are multiple founders, then it's only necessary to have one of the founders in the age limit, and while others could be older than 35.
And I would be not eligible to apply for this program. Thank you so much. No problem with it. I just found this, and thanks for clearing that.
Sure. All right. Thank you, Vimal. I also wanted to highlight a couple of pointers from our end with respect to the application process. While we have a Google form that's already in place, if at any point you are struggling to fill the application or if it's not meeting your accessibility requirements, we are open to assist you in whatever capacity is possible. So if you'd like to fill up the form over a video call, if you need any assistance in understanding the questions in the form, or if you feel that there's somebody who would be interested in applying but could not do it due to any foreseen reasons, we would definitely request you to reach out to us. I would ask my colleague to drop his email ID. Sarthak has been magically working with us to bring us all together and do all the coordination. He would be the person who would be answering all your queries and concerns with respect to application. So feel free to drop him an email and we'll try to accommodate you as best as possible.
Yeah, thanks so much, Chahat. I think everyone, I know that there might still be questions lingering, so please feel free to contact us over email. There's also all the information on our site already, which I just reshared again on the chat box. I think we come to the close of the program today. Thank you, everyone, and handing over to Karina, Project Manager at Sustainable Inclusive Growth Unit in UNDP, to deliver some closing remarks and a vote of thanks.
Karina, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. I think she should be audible now. Hello.
Thank you, Beth, and everyone for joining us today. A very good evening. Very excited to be part of the 7th launch of the Youth Collab National Innovation Challenge 24-25. This event is more than just a starting point. It marks a step towards creating a more inclusive, better, stronger, and yes, innovative ecosystem that empowers youth entrepreneurs to drive meaningful change. I am also very delighted that we have been launching it in December, because earlier this month we had International Day of Persons with Disability and had a theme of amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future, which very well aligns with what we will be going to do in advance through Youth Collab this year. We are deeply inspired by the commitment and passion of everyone who has contributed so far to this program and journey, and amazing to see so many of you joining us. I think we have over 100 individuals joining us today across India and engaging actively even over the chat in the chat box. Just would like to mention a few things. Like in the past 6 cycles, the Youth Collab in India has achieved success in incredible ways, and specifically in numbers, we have been able to impact more than 19,000 youth, young individuals in building their capacities, and 2,600 youth-led social innovation and entrepreneurial teams have been mentored by the program. And need to mention this specifically, that this could not have been done without the proactive support and collaboration and joint leadership of Atal Innovation Mission in Niti Aayog. Dr. Chintan, Rohit Vitsa, and others continue and still continues to play a critical role in fostering a robust innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in India. Would also like to extend my gratitude for the continued commitment and support to this program that we have been receiving from AssisTech Foundation. Their dedication in fostering youth creativity and enterprise is admirable, and we look forward to strengthen this partnership in the upcoming cycle and beyond. Very much grateful to AssisTech Foundation, Sarthak Dahat, and the other team members for their incredible work today, and the work that they have been doing in so long. We could not have found a better partner for this year's theme. Their efforts have underscored the transformative power of innovation in addressing the challenges faced by persons with disabilities. Finally, we would like to appreciate Youth Collab alumni Akashri, Prerit, Silchana, and also Shashikala, you have just joined us and shared her experience and expertise. But we would also like to highlight the work that our alumni have been doing, able to raise funds and continue to value the support that Youth Collab has been offering. And this also kind of reminds us that such programs are very much important to advance entrepreneurship, innovation, and bring creativity for these solutions that the world needs at the moment. Very much looking forward and excited to see the application and wrap the year by reading those innovative solutions. Look forward to much more Q&A sessions that and my team will be holding. We hope to continue to drive the creativity and impact with the youth of India ahead while leaving no one behind in the pursuit of sustainable development goals. A very good evening once again, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Over to you, Beth.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Do apply, and we'll meet again in such meetings and so on. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good holidays.
Thank you.
Meetings for the season.